welcome back to the Citizen channel. You're all staying safe and well, and we'll look forward to the visit, if that's what we can say. Look forward to the visit to Fulham. Match day 14, of course, 7:30 p.m. kickoff, early kickoff, like the old days. Tuesday, perhaps not so much like the old days, 2nd of December. So we'll check out Fulham's season so far. We'll look at a possible Pep's 11. Is he going to ring too many changes after that display against Leeds? Good first half. Not so good second half, where we needed an intermission, didn't we? We needed a break just for tactic change, although interesting to see, wasn't it? City doing the dark arts. It's not something we've been too good at doing in the past. We'll check out the bookies, see what they're thinking at the moment. Still quite firm in Arsenal's favour. But as far as outside of Arsenal, City is still up there, of course. And we'll have a look at the match odds for this one with Fulham doing pretty well at the moment. Yeah, we'll also... I'm recording this on the 30th of November, so all stats and as far as injuries, etc. concerned are correct as at that time. Yeah, let's have a look, shall we? Before we do, please, if you can hit those buttons, hit that like button, that'd be fantastic, guys. Helps the algorithms, of course it does. Give us any hype points you've got. If you've got any to spare, if you can give me some of those, spread the love. That'd be very, very kind. My thanks to people who've been doing that for me as well. That helps the channel, helps the content get out there on the search engines, etc. And if you're not already subscribed, if you enjoy what I try and do, I do City past, present, and as long as I can keep going, which gets harder by the month at the moment. So yeah, if you can do that for me, guys, it'd be fantastic. Right, let's talk about this game. It's going to be on Sky Sports, this one. If you're not down there, I've got my ticket for this one. Let's check out Marco Silva's Fulham, of course. Points so far, of course, he had a Saturday night game after we played Saturday afternoon against Leeds. He got 17 points from 13 games. He won 5, drawn 2 and lost 6 with a goal difference of -2. So they're 15th at the moment, but I think they're on the up at this point in time. Home form is very good, unfortunately, for us. 4 wins. The 4 wins out of the 5 have come at home. Had 1 draw and just the 1 loss against Arsenal, so no shame in that at all. And last time out at home in the league, they beat Sunderland 1-0. Jimenez was their man of the match, gave them an 84th minute win against a dogged Sunderland who've been doing well themselves this year, haven't they? But Fulham kept at it, credit to them for that. And overall, they probably deserved the win. In fact, created almost double the chances they'd produced in all the previous games this season per game. So it looks like Silva's boys have found some form with the arrival of City. And that was backed up yesterday, as I'm recording this, on Saturday night, where they got the first away win of the season. Yes, if they'd replicate some away form, they'd be certainly a lot higher up the division. But at Spurs, old Spurs, yeah, they were 2-0 up, so they had to sort of put up with a bit of a fight back. Spurs brought it back to 2-1, so they had to weather that comeback, if you like. But I think they were worthy of the win at Spurs. And yeah, it'll give them a lot of confidence going into this game. History-wise, of course, the last 6 in the Premier League at the Cottage, we've not lost at I'll keep your fingers crossed for this one. We've not lost at Craven Cottage since Bonfire Night 2005. And the last 6 trips, we've won 4-2, 2-0, 3-0, 2-1, 4-0 and 2-0. So it's all good, isn't it? Yes, but that's a run of 7 wins if you go back another one since a draw back in 2011-12 at the Cottage. Coming up for Fulham in the league, they've got Palace at home, Burnley away, Forest at home, West Ham away, Palace away and Liverpool home. So I'd imagine they can get on current form probably about 12 points from that out of 18, which should move them within touching distance, if not in the top half of the division. And of course, if they can replicate that home form, sadly, which is against us, obviously they're at home, away from the Cottage, I think Marco Silva could have them in the top half within January, February, something like that. And I predict a position of perhaps 9th till 12th for them this season. So sadly, because of this current form of Fulham and the home form, I'm not as optimistic about this one, perhaps as I should be, or I might have felt a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to predict a score for this. Andy Morrison's not got a prediction for this, but I'm not going to predict a score. But I think, as painful as it is, I think a draw may be the best we can hope for. I think we'll be happy with a draw. But of course, hopefully we can grab the win. But this is a hard one. This is certainly a lot harder than Leeds at home, and we had a bit of a struggle against them, didn't we? So I'm not predicting it, but I fancy, like the bookies do, this may end up on us even, which won't do us any good, will it, really? I'm recording this, of course, before Arsenal played Chelsea, but I think they probably could nick it at Chelsea the way things are going. Anyway, we'll look at a Pep's 11 that hopefully will bring the points home. The squad against Leeds, the starting 11, Donnarumma, Núñez, Diaz, Gvardiol, O'Reilly, Gonzalez, Bernardo, Reinders, Foden, Doku and Haaland. On the bench, Trafford, Stones, Aki, Marmoush, Cherky, Norris, Savic, Kusanov and Lewis. So a couple not on the bench there. Interestingly enough, Bob wasn't, was he? Some not so hot performances overall, mainly in the second half, but I expect Pep to stick more or less to that. I don't think he's going to tinker too much. I mean, what can he change without disrupting things too much? We will need some pace against Fulham. Very pacey, of course, as a lot of Premier League teams are. So perhaps there's a shout for Kusanov to come into this, but where Núñez also has the pace, so we can't really replace him. He's not going to play Kusanov and Núñez, surely. He's not going to play them both, unless he shifts Kusanov into a centre-back position. But will he disrupt Diaz and Gvardiol? Not too sure on that one. Certainly a harder game, the Leeds at home by a long way. So I think he's going to show faith to most of that 11 that had a bit of a... Núñez had his brain fart. Gvardiol had his brain fart, of course, in the second half. Gonzalez, of course, he's going to start. Bernie, surely. He's still going to be next to him. But perhaps the difference for me might be Reinders stepping down and Cherky coming into it. That's perhaps one of the only real alternatives. Up front, is he going to take too much? All right, Doku didn't have the greatest game, and also Haaland was poor. But can you see Haaland being dropped and Marmoush coming in? I don't particularly think so. I think he'll give Haaland another chance. Of course, his 99 goals, waiting for his 100th Premier League goal, might be sort of riding on him or on his mind as he's playing these games. But you can't really see that. I think Pep would like to get Marmoush involved, but hopefully off the bench. But as I say, I don't think this is a game where we're going to be dominant, take a 2 or 3 goal lead and then bring players on. So I'm struggling to sort of wonder when Marmoush and players like this are going to get a start, in fairness. But I'm fairly sure Doku and Erling will keep the spot for this one. I can't see Pep changing that. So, to be honest with you, my 11, I just make one change. I bring Cherky in for a less than popular, less than firing Reinders. That would be my only change to the team against Leeds. Although probably Donnarumma could step down, couldn't he? The amount of bookings he's going to end up getting, he's going to get his suspension very quickly. He don't keep his big gob shut, but there you go. I suppose if you want passion, you get passion, but he's getting himself booked in all sorts of silly situations where he doesn't need to, which isn't good for the team. And I think Pep needs to tell him to shut his gob and get on with it without moaning at the referees, etc. Anyway, my 11 for this one: Donnarumma, Núñez, Stones, Diaz, O'Reilly, Gonzalez, Bernardo and Cherky, and Foden, Doku and Haaland. Let me know yours, guys. Let me know what you think. Odds-wise, yeah, please gamble responsibly when the funds stop. And if you do need help, please seek it out. Obviously, if you have any problems. Popular scorelines for this one. Well, a 1-1 draw is the most popular with the bookies, 7-1. You get 15-2 in a place. A 1-0 or a 2-1 City win, I'll take that all day long. You get 7s, perhaps 8 in a place as well. And a Fulham 1-0 win is as high as 16 or 18-1. So certainly Fulham fans have got plenty of options. If you look at the league itself, Arsenal is still 4-9 on, still sort of hovering around that price. City 3-1 generally. You can get 10-3 in a place for City, but after that, of course, Chelsea have moved in slightly. They were 16-1 last week, but of course, that will decrease, of course, after I'm recording this, so that'll go even more in. But it went from 16 to 14, so they can beat Arsenal, and that might zoom into 12. Who knows? 10 or 12, we don't know. Fulham, yeah, top half finish. You can get about 10-3. Before they beat Spurs, but now they're down to 9-4. So Fulham fans, if you fancy finishing in that top half, there's a little bit of value there for you. The match odds themselves: City at 8-13 on, A draw is 3-1. And a win for Fulham is 4-1. So yeah, some confidence there, or some lack of confidence in City winning this, which 8-13, that's still perhaps not a backable price, but Fulham fans, you're not getting as much value on a win or a draw, so you can still Dutch it and make money. But obviously, with your current form, I think it's showing up that the book is not running scared, but just being a bit more careful on this one. But as a Fulham fan, I certainly won't put you off Dutching a win or a draw for this one, that's for sure. So there you go, guys. Let me know your thoughts if you're having a flutter. Let me know what you're having a flutter on, what you fancy. It'd be great to have that. Let us know your starting 11s. Do you think he'll stick with the same 11, or like me, do you think he'll make an odd change or two? So let me know on that, please. Yeah, as I said, if you hit those buttons, fantastic. If you want to shout out on the channel, or you just want to help sponsors, we have sponsorship stuff like that available. People are asking, and we have to find the right ones to do it. I've turned a lot of sponsorships down, but if you've got something interesting or charity wise, or something you want me to put out on the channel, just let me know. And to find out how you can do that, all you have to do is keep watching and listening for another minute or two. Thank you.
Thanks for that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the feature anyway, and please, if you can, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, that'd be wonderful. And if you're not already a subscriber, it'd be great if you could subscribe. It's absolutely free. Also, check out all my social media links. Will be in the description and comments below if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. We can chat on there and do all things City, of course. Also, if you're into film and TV, don't forget, a lot of this channel is film and TV stuff. I love me film and TV like I do City. So if you're into that, have a look. Or even though someone who might not be that bothered about the football but likes film and TV, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very grateful. And special thanks as ever to supporters of the channel. PreviewMusician, they've got a little eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia mainly, including books, magazines, posters, lots of posters, and they do have some City stuff as well that they've purloined off me over time, so there'll be a few bits and pieces, probably more going on as well. So have a look at PreviewMusician on eBay. And yes, if you do go onto eBay, and if you're a member, we do have memberships, 99p a month. You get early access to all my vlogs, so as soon as I do them, you get them. Sometimes it could be months before they're published generally, so a lot of the history stuff, so you have access. The membership gives you access to that. It gives you 10% extra off at PreviewMusician if you want to buy any of that memorabilia. That's all that you can actually gain that from being a member. And support the channel. That's a great way of supporting the channel, of course, like watching the ads on the original thing that you've seen now, my original feature. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, also, before we go, podcasts. If you like your podcasts, I do a podcast with Mike Long in South Korea. It's called Bolt from the Blue, in our 8th season. Yeah, we've had some good fun on there. We're trying to have a bit of humour, generally look at City's games as and when we play them, have a look back. So please check out that. It's on SoundCloud, Spotify, all good places you get your podcasts from. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything about this feature, and you didn't mind me asking you about this at the end. And please, all I ever ask for you is to stay safe, everyone, especially you Blues.